Okay.
We can't wait any longer, TJ.
No, come on.
We have to get this out, Lloyd.
Let's go.
You are at war with a fellow all-time AFL great in Nick Riewoldt. And look, the backdrop to this war is a serious conversation around concussion. Chelsea Randall was forced to miss the AFLW Grand Final when she was concussed in the prelim final. It's the new rules built to the protocol, so she had to miss. Nick Riewoldt had an interesting take on it. It is one that is supported by some people in the legal fraternity when it comes to this moment. You had a response, Lloyd. He's come back at you, and then you're going to take it over after that.
Imagine September this year and still playing in your 30s. Captain, all of those things. I'm taking it as far as I can take it.
To where? To
Supreme Court. I'm going for an injunction. I understand the severity of concussion, and we heard Chelsea's, but so there's a very clear parameter here, and the parameter is if I feel okay to play, then I'm taking it as far as I possibly can to play.
He obviously doesn't understand the severity of concussion. We must protect the head because of what happens down the track and the issues that we're seeing with players, with Danny Frawley. Nick never won a premiership, and we know how desperate he was to win a premiership. But I reckon that's an old school mentality. I don't think it was the most responsible thing that Nick said.
My response is that Matthew Lloyd doesn't speak for me, and that's a lazy and ill-informed comment with no prior knowledge of my history, my medical history.
Ooh. Just on that, Damo, there's no war with Nick and I at all. I just got an opinion on it. It's certainly not lazy and ill-informed, so that's where I'll take Nick to task because I've spoken to club doctors before I made my point of view. And I'll put some facts out there on there. Nick spoke of you're sort of in a time warp, that you have to wait the 12 days. It's 12 days for a reason because there must be a period of time to protect the brain from that last hit. Point two, you may feel fine, but the likelihood is that if you play within those 12 days, you're more likely to get hit in that period than if you waited after the 12 days. So that is why there is a 12-day period. That when you are in your 40s and 60s, those repeated hits, the reason, mate, that's why guys are in the situation they are in now because they are feeling like, I feel good, and then you get another hit. And then the last point is the lower levels. They see Nick Riewoldt trying to play within 12 days because he feels fine, how that filters down. So I certainly wasn't lazy. It certainly wasn't ill-informed. This is me taking, and I know Nick takes it this serious too.
Yeah, he does.
And he's a competitive, one of the most competitive people I've ever met. So great respect for him. But I certainly wasn't being lazy. This is just me and how concerned after speaking to doctors and protecting the head, that's all.
I spoke to Nick about it and he was very keen to let you know that he does take it seriously.
Of course,
He has a brain scan every year with the history that their family has. So I guess he just felt a little bit that he needed to get that out there. I think the AFL bring in the 12 days, and where did that come from? I guess that's the question asked. But
it's come
he
from
didn't want to sound like he's being disrespectful. He just wanted to make sure that you knew he did take it seriously.
Some people would do anything to play in a grand final. That's the crux
what
of
we
it all.
can't have, Bill.
Oh, I know, but mate, how many premierships can you win?
Hey, what's that?
You can't. They're not. They
So,
don't
Bill,
sell them.
that's the point. That's the point we've got to get away from.
Yeah.
You are saying you'll do anything for a premiership.
Yes,
but
to play in a premiership.
But is it worth? When you are 50 or 60, being in a bad way, and no, it's not. So that's where I think we have to change the mentality. I had a kid knocked out for me on Friday. And there was people around saying...
At school level.
At school level. And I think, and there was fathers saying, if he feels good during the week, I think he'll be right to play. And I said, he's not playing because we have to change that mentality.
It's a very, very serious topic, and it is one that needs to be debated, as it is being debated by two men who have great respect for each other. But I'm just fascinated by the battle of the Brighton boys. I mean, it's like Cartier watches at 20 paces.
Who's going to get the front seat at the Pantry Cafe this week?
Oh, I know. It's going to be on for young and old. So I'll tell you what. So we got Brighton versus East Brighton.
Yes.
And now last week you said there was a war between myself and Tim Watson, so you brought Stephen Quartermain in as mediator. Well, I've found the perfect mediator for the Brighton boys.
Who?
Well, you get sick of walking the same streets. I've done all of Brighton.
Very good sport. And I love how Damo's enjoyed not being central to one.
It's normally you, one of you two. So, and the goals, 926 goals, Lordo, and Nick 718. So
Did Lordy want you to say that?
He wanted to say Lordo.
And we know that Nick is watching this morning, Nick, so well done, and we're all on your side. Just joking, Lordo.